Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got a little project here. If you've ever had one of these break on you, this is a range top, like the thing that turns the gas on. And I imagine it's the same for electric. This came from a GE profile, although I imagine many brands are similar. They look like they're metal, but they're actually just plastic with a cheap fake chrome coating. And if you bump them hard enough, I don't know if you can see that crack there, it'll split that. And GE wants, I think, $50 each for these. And I went through like 3 of them before I finally said enough with this and bought a different range top with real metal knobs. But I think most are plastic. This belongs to my neighbor. And so I'm just gonna walk you through a tutorial on how you can fix these, save yourself 50 bucks. And it only takes a few minutes. And if you have a soldering iron, that's helpful, although not necessary. All you need is a $3 stick of epoxy putty. I'll show you how to do it right now. If you have a soldering iron, I like this style. You can use a smaller type for wiring. I put a flat tip on there, and you're just gonna get inside that crack in there and put the tip in there, and you're just gonna melt the plastic, pull it out, and then squeeze those pieces back together. I can't do it because I'm holding the camera, but I've already done it in advance. And that's gonna hold the factory shape to that thing. It's just gonna kind of hold it in place until it gets reinforcements later. Next thing you need is the Fix-It stick from Oatey. I believe you can also get this from JB Weld, similar kind of thing. It's a 2-part epoxy putty. Just gonna break a chunk of that off like the size of a marble and massage those pieces together until the color is basically one even color. That's when you know it's mixed well enough. And if you don't have the soldering iron, you can just do this step, although I found that if you solder that plastic in place real tight, it's gonna get a tighter fit, more like the factory. Okay, you can see that's nice and mixed up, nice and even. I'm gonna roll it into basically like a long rope shape so I can wrap it around and get an even wrap on that knob. Okay, I'm gonna wrap that around. Make sure you don't do too much because this usually has a hole that this whole piece needs to fit inside of. And so you don't want to overdo it, just enough to reinforce that joint. I ended up using about double what I started with, but that's about right. Now you might want to do this next to your stove so you can make sure it fits in there. Always mix up more than you think you need, see? That way you don't have one dry on you while you're mixing up another. And once this cures, I'll go ahead and get that test fit and show you how it works. Okay, we have nice and hard. This stuff takes about 5-10 minutes to fully cure. Well, fully is, I guess that's subjective. I put it on top of that space heater there for about an hour just to make sure it was extra hard before we start messing with it, because I do think that, you know, the higher heat you get in this stuff, the better the chemical bond. So here's a comparison between the one we fixed and the original. Let's give it a try. Okay, do the honors, Kent. Sweet.
Works good. Feels
Awesome.
good.
Thanks.
Feels good.
Sweet. Hope that video was helpful, guys. As much as possible, I try to reuse and repair things as much as I can. I find it sometimes easier to do that than to find a new part and to buy a new one online. And if it works just as good, why not? If you guys like that and you want to see more things like this, check out my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you on the next one.